So, Richard, you brought in a Model 100.
I did.
I love it because, remember, this man right here beside me, Richard Pitt, is world famous back in...
Or infamous, anyway.
Well, infamous. He and his partner at the time, Stuart Lynn, were the first two people in Canada to provide commercial internet services for the public. They were it, whimsy.com. And I want to make it really clear that that's him right there.
But this
and
predates
shut up for a second. I want to talk because what's her name? What's Bill Clinton's ex-wife's or wife's name? Hillary Clinton. Yeah, Hillary was
the nutcracker.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton. We got a nutcracker on here. Yes, Hillary Clinton.
It's on the other side of the piano.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton was on Larry King, and I loved her comment because Larry asked her something, and she said, "You know, when Bill was elected, 1992, when Bill Clinton was elected, there were fewer than 25 internet service providers in the world.
Yep.
And you were one of those 25.
We were.
You were the start. You were brand new, fresh, virginal, the whole thing. It was wonderful. So new you couldn't get a. We couldn't get a
Visa and MasterCard.
A Visa card. So all the Whimsy MasterCard and stuff for a couple of years went through our account,
That's
which
right.
was really funny, Josie's account. Anyway, you got a Model 100.
Yeah.
This is
David,
really...
Well, but you know that my background goes back a lot further than just Whimsy.
Oh, I know that. I mean, you were with me for 5 years before Whimsy.
And this Radio Shack TRS-80, I actually was a salesman for Radio Shack.
Yes.
And then a store manager for Radio Shack in their computer division. I didn't sell you your first computers from Radio Shack.
Didn't sell me my first Model 100s.
But I did see you in the store talking to my manager there, and then I moved over to Victoria, and we didn't truly meet for another 2.5 years after that. But that's fine. This, I think, is one of yours.
What did you think? What did you think? I got to ask. I'm going to ask an embarrassing question. What did you think of it? Because Mitchell, my 22-year-old son, sitting here operating the program right now. Just as a matter of interest, what did you think about me when I was in there talking to, I think it was a Bob somebody about buying...
Oh, Bob Heller.
Heller, about buying stuff. Was I an idiot?
I honestly, at this point, I won't say that I truly recall anything about, except that you were there.
That I was there. Okay.
Because the store was busy. I mean, we're talking about the dawn of the PC revolution. The corner of Broadway and Fraser in Vancouver. Len Christensen was the original manager, came in, then there was another guy come in, and then Bob Heller, a South African, and his brother were in there. I was in as a manager, or as a salesman, but around that area there were 4 other computer stores. There was an Apple store.
Yes.
There was, now I can't remember whether Conti started there. I think Conti started further down Broadway.
Could be.
Okay. There was a store next door that dealt in CPM and MPM operating systems, basically the Intel 8080 type products. And then there was a 4th one. But anyway, within 4 or 5 stores and across the street, that was the hub.
It was Fraser and
Broadway.
Broadway.
That's
Yes,
right.
I remember that.
And anyway, that was the beginning of the PC revolution. I mean, my brother still has the original Radio Shack Model 1 that we bought back in the days of our stereo store, 4 floppy disk drives. Mm-hmm. Okay, 75 kilobit or 75K.
And should I tell the audience what I bought from Bob Heller that day?
Oh, sure.
What I bought from Bob Heller that day, so you understand, was a Model 2. This is a 1979, too, by the way. Well, wait a minute now. I bought that in 79.
Yeah, that was when I was there. I went across...
But I didn't meet you until 85.
No, 83.
85.
Was it 85?
It was 85.
Can't possibly have... No, there must have been a later visit in there, because I was in there for I was with Radio Shack for 3 years. I guess I was there for 5 years.
I bought
Because I went out. That's right. I went out to Richmond.
We got to do a timeline on this.
We got to do a timeline. My goodness,
history.
yes, that's right.
I bought.
Because that's right. I went out to Richmond, and I was in Richmond for another year, and then I went to Victoria, and I was in Victoria for almost 2.5 years.
Because 79 is when I bought the Model 2 from Bob Heller on thing. And so that we understand, my memory of that thing is that I bought the Model 2, and we had 4 floppy drives with it, and that by the time I finished, that Model 2 was something like $12,000. Does that make sense?
Yes, because Tandy had, or Radio Shack
with the
had
software I bought
a set of prices that basically started at about a $5,000 hit for their business computer products. So the console was about $5,000. The expansion chassis with another 3 floppy disk drives in it was about $5,000.
That's right. So there's my 10.
There's your 10. And then software, the scripts at word processing, I don't know whether...
I got scripts that I got Profile or File Pro.
File Pro, and then you probably got not Multiplan.
No, Multiplan didn't exist yet.
It was VisiCalc. It was VisiCalc for the Model 2.
I did not have VisiCalc.
You
didn't have VisiCalc because I remember my awe when I first saw Multiplan.
Oh yeah.
So I spent $12,000 on my first little. It was a Z80 64K machine.
Yep.
And had 4 8-inch floppy disks in it, and I had that for about 2 years.
So an 8-inch floppy disk is about the size of that square.
Yeah. And I had that for 2 years.
About that size.
Actually, I had it until...
held a megabyte.
No, a second. I had that for 3 years. 2 years. That's right, 2 years. And then Bob Heller left Radio Shack.
Yep.
And he went on to own and became Boss Computers or something.
That's correct, yes.
And he solicited my business and convinced me to buy a Corvus disk drive, $10,000.
For 10 megabytes.
10 megabytes. And we used an RCA Victor cassette videotape recorder for the backup to the Corvus, and we needed a Corvus mirror, and that was another $15,000.
That was basically an interface board between the computer and the videotape machine.
Yeah, and I had a printer too, Radio Shack Gray, a Mercedes Silver. Because that's Mercedes Silver.
Right, the Mercedes Silver.
The Mercedes Silver. People
not white
used to
or
say
black like everybody else.
The Mercedes Silver thing. When I heard the fact that it was Mercedes Silver, I quite liked it, the gray after that. Anyway, so I was $25,000 to have a 10, and nobody had, and of course the 10 megabyte Corvus drive, it didn't work, got fixed, it sent in twice, 3 times. I never, ever for my $10,000 or $13,000. Never, ever got a day's work out of this 10 megabyte drive I had.
You want to see another?